What's up, you guys? What's up, you guys? Hope all is well. Peace and blessings, as usual. Today, I want to be talking about vanity of vanities. Um, so, we heard it in the book of Proverbs and also the Song of Solomon. And there's a lot, it even came from Solomon himself. Everything came from Solomon, but I mean, like, in the end of all his journey, he even mentioned it again, like. So, what does that have to do with being pure and mature, you know? So, vanity, you know, everything is vanity. If it doesn't have anything to do with righteousness, then guess what? It falls under the category of vanities. Vanity of vanities. So when you do something and it's not of God and it's vanity and you keep doing something in your own will, it's never gonna be righteous, as long as you take. It's, for example, if you're doing something and you take God out of it, what you think gonna happen? There's gonna be consequences that your own your own idea and your own this, your own that is gonna cause a consequence behind it, which we have to face, because you choose the road you walk. So being pure and mature is like a best way to go in order, and you ask the Lord to use you and you put him in everything, then everything will fall in place. You won't meet vanity of vanities. But as long as we live under the sun, and as long as in this world, like, there's a lot we gotta cope with, but it is a pass through to better things. It's just like it's just like evolving. You go through certain tests. I'm not the only one getting tests. Life is a test by itself. Everyone gotta be tried, whether they realize it or not. So the thing about being mature is, I always used to love the saying of once a man, twice a child. That mean many different things at once. For example, you gotta be humble as a child, and you notice how much you learn when you get older. You like, damn, I wish I'd known this before. I wouldn't have never made this mistake. But you live and you learn. That's how we learn. It'll be nice to listen, because everybody have guidance around them. It's just, are we listening? You know what I mean? That's another question all by itself. Because God talked to us, whether it's through our parents, whether it's through our spouse. The devil could talk to them too, don't get me wrong, but you could try the spirit. God said to try the spirit, and you will know what's from above. You ever been around some people and, like, they just give you the creeps, like, bad vibes, like, this person no good, and yet we still be around them, like, we gotta yield to certain things when we learn. Yield to righteousness, yield to God. If you want to yield to the devil, that's on you. Just remember, I did warn you, and I hope this video was a blessing. So, and then again, you could be around some people and you're like, damn, this person, like, it's like they were sent from God, and then you still gotta try the spirit and make sure it's not too good to be true, like, make sure it is what it is. Most of the time when people say something is too good to be true, they could be right, could be right. But then that's why you gotta have discernment. When you try the spirit and you see there's nothing perfect, you know what I mean? But when you dealing with God and you walking with God, you could, I mean, the flesh gonna always do what the flesh wanna do, you know? But the spirit is what's in charge. You gotta guide the flesh, you know? Don't make the flesh guide you. Take it from me, like, you know, like I'm just trying to master certain things. I'm walking in spirit, you know, not in flesh anymore. I used to go after the flesh because it's like being in between two magnets, right? Um, Myron Goldman was talking about that in one of his videos. You could look him up. He's a very good coach too. Shout out to him. But he was talking about, like, put it like this. I'm in the middle. My bed is the flesh. This chair right on my left, your right, is the spirit, right? So I'm in between, you know? So let's say, you know what I'm saying, my bed is pulling me towards the flesh. It's moving like a magnet. Then I got this, my spirit is pulling me towards the chair, you know? And it's like, you know, you're being pulled and you're in between. So it's like you now gotta deny the flesh, you know, and follow the spirit, you know? As long as you follow the spirit, you can't go wrong. When you follow the flesh now, like, you end up losing out. And then there's a lot of consequences. You have more problems than you did before. You know what I mean? I'm not saying when you walk by the spirit, you ain't gonna have problems. You are gonna have problems. But you're able to deal with the problems because you have God, the divine, you know? But when you go after the flesh, what you think follow the flesh? Death, you know? That's why I compare it to the bed, because they said sleep is the cousin to death, right? They're both cousins, so they say, you know? So it's like following the flesh. I ain't gonna lie, this morning I woke up a little late too, but I need to start setting an agenda to get up early every day to, you know, be more on my stuff, you know. Rest is good because that's how you get to recharge and start again, you know what I mean? But yeah, back to the story. Not story, but back to the lesson. The flesh, the spirit. My destiny is to follow the spirit. You walk by faith, not by sight, you know? So the flesh is like an example of sight. And the spirit is an example of faith, you know? So it's like trusting something that you don't see over something that you do see, you know? So everything that happened in the spiritual realm have to happen in the spiritual realm before it can happen in the physical realm. Get me? So basically, it's good to be obedient to God, read God's word daily, and walk in spirit, walk with faith, and not in flesh, you know, or not by sight, but by faith, you know. So that's the lesson for today. And being pure has a lot to do with, like, you denying yourself and not being, because in one of my other videos I broke down pride and stuff, like how it's so easy, it grows inside of you like a plant, you know. So you want good things to grow inside of you, like for example, you want to strengthen your faith in God to follow the Spirit of God, Yeshua, Jesus, instead of following my own ways. You know what I mean? Because my own ways only gonna lead me so far. And what seems like a lot to me in flesh is very small in spirit, What seems like a lot in spirit is more than what the flesh can even handle, So it's better to be overflowed with God's love. It's better to be overflowed with God's love than to be overflowed with your own love, Because the real love comes from God, And with that being said, we had to practice daily to strengthen our faith and to follow the Spirit, All these instructions was left from, our parents or, certain, it depends on how you was brought up. But all these instructions were left by positive brothers and sisters that left a little guide to help us, to guide us through and navigate through life with the blessings of God and to achieve certain things that God have in store for us, individually. So, you know what I mean? It's up to us now to seek God and deny yourself, because that's the only way. You can't seek God and not deny yourself, because then you're gonna be, I'm not saying that even when you walk in spirit, you're constantly at war. This is a warfare. Nothing is easy. Same thing when you're in a relationship, a marriage, or whatever. You gotta fight for it. It could be a job, other people trying to take your positions. What's for you is for you, but still, you have to fight for it. Because, it's always gonna be like a battlefield. Nothing is easy, So I hope this message was a blessing to you guys. And I love you guys so much. And, don't forget to pray, because prayer is everything. If Jesus himself prayed while he was downstairs, you know how important it is to pray. He used to just move away from his disciples and go and pray for a reason, 'Cause prayer is everything, and it's a powerful thing. And that's how you fight back too, spiritually. So let this word be a blessing to you guys. Love you again. And be sure to share, subscribe, like, and comment down below. Let me know what you think. And I'm gonna give y'all some nice videos too, like with the car stuff coming up. And just bear with me a little, because the Spirit told me to do this, so that's what I do. I gotta be obedient too. I can't just follow my flesh all the time. So with that being said, you guys have a good one. Take care. God bless and peace. So you want to be pure as gold, pure and mature. The finest, you in your finest element. The finest version of yourself by being the best. Hope that makes sense.